Have you ever wondered why mass shootings are so prevalent in the United States? It's a question that many of us grapple with as we try to comprehend the magnitude of this ongoing crisis. The year 2024 has witnessed an alarming rise in such incidents, marking a new chapter in this unsettling narrative. Mass shootings have become so frequent that they're almost becoming a part of our daily news cycle. From schools to shopping malls, places once considered safe are now scenes of unspeakable violence. The victims, often just everyday people going about their lives, are suddenly thrust into a nightmare from which there is no waking. This year alone, we've seen a disturbing number of these incidents. While it's important to remember each event as a separate tragedy, the collective impact paints a grim picture of a nation in turmoil. Some of the most devastating incidents have brought entire communities to their knees, leaving scars that will take generations to heal. It's a chilling reality that we've become all too familiar with, isn't it? It's not as though efforts aren't being made to curb this violence. Indeed, in the year 2024, legislative measures have been taken to control gun violence, particularly in response to the unprecedented number of mass shootings. One such example is the ban on AR-15s and other semi-automatic weapons in Washington, elevating the state to the 9th in the nation to implement such a prohibition. Governor Jay Inslee put pen to paper on House Bill 1240, effectively outlawing the manufacture, importation, distribution, and sale of over 60 specified firearms. The spotlight of this legislation is on what are popularly known as assault weapons and conversion kits. The law also introduced a waiting period and safety training for firearm purchases and increased liability for gun makers and dealers. But laws like these are not without controversy. In fact, they face significant backlash, including legal challenges. Much of the contention arises from the definition of assault weapons itself. It's a term that seems clear-cut, but in reality it's anything but. It's a legal minefield, and one that gun rights advocates argue infringes on their Second Amendment rights. And then there's the public sentiment. The populace is divided, with factions on both sides of the gun control debate expressing frustration and dissatisfaction. On one hand, you have those who believe that any form of gun control is a violation of their constitutional rights. On the other, there are those who have experienced the devastating effects of gun violence firsthand, and they feel the legislation doesn't go far enough. This leaves us in a precarious position. There's a palpable sense of tension, a feeling of being on the edge of a precipice. The legislative efforts indicate progress, but the backlash and controversy show that we're far from a universally accepted solution. The debate rages on, with both sides feeling unheard and unsatisfied. It's a complex issue, one that requires careful navigation and open dialogue as we strive to find a balance between preserving individual rights and protecting public safety. But where does that leave us, the everyday citizens? We cannot afford to be passive spectators in this ongoing debate. It's crucial to arm ourselves, not with weapons, but with knowledge. Understand the intricacies of the issue, the laws in place, and the potential impacts of new legislation. Engage in conversations, not confrontations. It's through respectful dialogue that we can start to see the full picture, hear different perspectives, and find common ground. Remember, it's not about winning an argument, but about seeking solutions to a problem that affects us all. Stay informed. The landscape of this debate is ever-changing. New laws are proposed, old ones are challenged. Follow the news, read up on updates, and keep yourself abreast of the latest developments. And most importantly, exercise your right to vote. Your ballot is your voice. Make it heard. Let your elected representatives know your stand on the issue. They are there to represent you, to echo your concerns, your fears, and your hopes. Your voice matters in this discussion. Don't let it go unheard.